Next question up is actually more about me than you guys. It says, I read your meet recap. Can you give some insight on why you feel you haven't performed as expected the past couple meets? Like, what injuries have you had to work around and any other reasons? Also, what adjustments do you plan to make to get back to performing as you expect? Um, valid questions. Valid questions. The main injury that I've had to deal with for the last couple of years really has been a hamstring issue. It's not been officially diagnosed, but I mean, at this point, I'm fairly certain that it's a hamstring tendinopathy. I've been managing it, and it's getting slowly better. Um, yeah, so it's getting to the point where it's fairly manageable. Um, that wasn't that was a minor player in this past competition. It's been a major player in other competitions for sure, but it just so happens that in this one it was relatively minor. My issues in this competition were really I dorked up my peaking cycle. Now, part of that is that I tend to be a little bit more aggressive in my experimentation than I am typically with most of my athletes. Um, it's just how I want to run my training. So um, there are definitely risks with that. So in this one, I kind of dorked up my peaked a bit early. Um, Now, in terms of how to mitigate that, what's the plan going forward? Well, I've other training plans. I've got other strategies that I've developed and that I intend to employ that will mitigate that are going to try to measure the time to peak a little bit more directly and a little bit more precisely. So for that one in particular, um, I think that'll get fixed. But the real issue, and the issue with any lifter in my situation, you have to get stronger. You have to get stronger over time. If you're not getting stronger, then other people certainly are. So you're losing ground. Um, and that's just the long and short of it. So what I need to do is get into a position where I'm actually making strength progress. Not just recovering lost ground or things like that. You need to build momentum over a long period of time. This is not a situation that I expect to dig myself out of in the next couple of months. Um, it's going to take a while for me to be competitive with guys like Dennis. He's just a really, really strong dude. I mean, as evidenced by the fact that he just smoked the world record. So yeah, I've got to get stronger. If I'm going to compete with guys like that, I've got to get stronger, and I think I can do that. I've got good strategies. I've got things that I believe in on deck. Right now, I'm completing a restoration block. After that, we'll get back into some loading. You'll probably see more about what those strategies are, through various media outlets as it develops. It's a few weeks away yet, so I haven't totally nailed down everything that I want to do, but we're kind of moving in that direction. So I hope that answers some of your questions. Yeah, I mean, every meet's a little bit different. The reasons behind every meet are a little bit different. So you've got to be thinking at some point you've run out of things to screw up, and it's time to turn in some good performances. The thing is, we see, at high levels, it's difficult to turn in top performances. Meet after meet after meet. And the guys that do it are the guys that are still building so much strength that it kind of doesn't matter if they're having an off day. So I'll go back to that forever as being the key to your long-term progress. If you're getting stronger, then having a bad day matters a hell of a lot less. You can have a bad day, and who cares, because you're getting stronger. And if you continue that level of progress, then sooner or later bad days aren't going to matter. You're still going to set a PR, and when you have a good day, you have a day like Blaine Sumner just had. So that would be nice. So we need to keep stacking up some successes, get some momentum going, get some momentum built that way. So hopefully that's a little insight for you. Hopefully it's some good information for you. Good question.